what's in your filing cabinet? So if you imagine there's a filing cabinet in your head, your brain's job, remember, you can focus on 7 to 9 things at once, on average every 7 seconds. So there's lots of information bombarding your brain every moment or every average 7 seconds of the day, and it all goes into your filing cabinet. The theory states that we retain everything we've ever heard, felt, seen, tasted, whichever the sense, touched, whatever. We retain everything from just before we're born. It's just the recall of that information that is difficult for us. So imagine how big your filing cabinet is in your head. And your filing cabinet is unique to you. It's a little bit like a fingerprint. Nobody has the same fingerprint across the world, and nobody has the same filing cabinet. And that's because in your filing cabinet you have a perceived view of how the world works, how people work, how you work, what should happen, what shouldn't happen, what's fair, what's not fair, and so on and so on. And many weeks ago I did a session around some NLP, neural linguistic programming stuff, and meta programs. I brought something called meta programs into it, and we all have different meta programs. For example, some people have sameness meta programs. So what that means is they focus on things that keep the same quite often, whereas some people have different meta programs where they like to change it up and so on. And there's about 9 or 10 different meta programs, and the point here, without me going into all of that, because obviously it's not an NLP session, is that we all have different filing cabinets. And you might be saying, what's this got to do with decision making? Well, your decisions will be based on what's in your filing cabinet. And that's why sometimes we don't come to the same decisions as other people. There might be a consensus, maybe, but sometimes we look and go, why would you do that? Why would you make that decision? If we use the sporting, the sporting arena for an example, it's a football analogy, so apologies if you don't follow football, but if you take the England defender that got arrested in another country, there were broadcasters going, why was he out in the public? Why didn't he choose a villa? He's got enough money to party on his own in a villa. And then another pundit's going, but why should he have to? He should be able to go out with his girlfriend and not have security. Blah, blah, blah. And everybody's arguing about the decision that he made. It makes me chuckle because nobody else can make that decision in the world apart from him. Now, whether that's right or wrong in your eyes will be based on what's in your filing cabinet. You take it, the perception of what's happening, it goes into your filing cabinet, a little bit like a checklist, and if it doesn't match some of the checks, then you don't think it's the right decision, and if it does match all of your checks, you do think it's the right decision on the back of it, which is what causes debate. It's what makes the world goes round. People disagreeing and agreeing and all this type of stuff. But that's the starting point for decision making. The starting point for decision making is what's in your filing cabinet, okay?